Hello, how are you all doing? We're getting into XRP today, and I had to start with this crazy anecdote, I must say. The crypto brothers just revealed something shocking. According to them, XRP is configuring precisely like Amazon. And folks, we're talking about a possible $200 explosion. This is the insane portion that completely blew my mind. Do you recall Amazon's stock doing nothing at all for about 3,800 days following the dot-com bust? We are talking about 10 years of waiting from 2000 to 2010. This is where things become fascinating though. Amazon was subtly constructing this enormous foundation underneath all of that sideways activity, producing what chart nerds refer to as a perfect cup and handle pattern. And then all of a sudden, Amazon shot up from about $5 to $200 when that breakthrough eventually occurred. That alone is a staggering 3,900% increase. Guys, 15 years. This guy is essentially claiming that XRP is currently taking Amazon's place. In other words, XRP has been hovering around $2.75. Correct. Before things went completely crazy, he says, that's pretty much where Amazon was hanging out at $5. This is where things start to get hot. Everyone and their grandmother is yelling about $200 XRP, but the dramatic twist is that it won't go as forever as you might have thought. People, we're talking about months, not years. This is what's crazy then. We may be looking at 3-digit XRP prices if all of these factors truly ignite at the same time. During this period, Jake Claver is speculating on prices of $1,500 and perhaps $2,500 per XRP. Although it took a long time for Amazon to rebound from the dot-com collapse, the cryptocurrency industry is currently dominating the internet. According to Paul's findings, the adoption of cryptocurrency is literally tripling the speed of the internet. I apologize, this is crazy. Compared to 5 million cryptocurrency wallets, we are discussing a million IP addresses. And to be honest, cryptocurrency is booming at the moment. It's there in news outlets and mainstream media everywhere you look. And I'm telling you, this momentum will only get more insane with the support of the current administration. But this is what I'm thinking. Right now, XRP and Ripple are really reminding me of Tesla. Take a look at this analogy. Both Tesla and XRP spent 7 years simply building up the base through accumulation. And after all that endurance, what became of Tesla? Boom, it blew up. That's precisely what I observe with XRP, folks. This next run will go down in history. I'm referring to epic proportions. Nothing at all stands in the way of XRP anymore. The best part is that there are numerous catalysts in the works for this coin. It's time to play. Everyone, what a fantastic moment it is to own XRP at this moment. What's crazy, do you? Swift is constantly accused of detesting Ripple, and banks are unwilling to work with them. Hold on though, this document was just released. And you know what? In fact, banks adore Ripple. I mean, consider it. The goal of Ripple's entire strategy is to transfer enormous sums of money quickly and efficiently throughout the world. That is precisely what banks require. This is where Ripple comes in. Since debut, it's been quite stable, right? Get this, more than 35 million transactions have gone through without a hitch. It has undergone extensive battle testing. Banks are now completely enamored with Ripple. Are you curious about the true cause? Because their Nostro Vostro account nightmare is essentially being resolved by Ripple. All of those banks are suddenly having liquidity issues. Simply put, XRP works its thing and those headaches vanish. But here's the really hot part. Ripple has not pleased Swift. Why? Because in all honesty, Ripple performs Swift's functions much more effectively. Take a look. As I always say, remove your cryptocurrency from those exchanges. You must listen to Jake Claver's excellent explanation on this. Guess what happens if your XRP is waiting on an exchange? In reality, it's not yours. Your XRP belongs to them. You are the exchange's creditor. That XRP is not yours. Like a bank, you don't own your money if it's on an exchange. Your money is with them. They have no obligation to repay you. As a creditor, you would be. Additionally, if there is a systemic danger, they must take it, or a systemic risk for their company, and they simply want to pay you the standard amount for it. That is within their rights. I can assure you that there are clauses in their contract that you signed when you first began using their platform, or they have the option to rug you. They have the ability to steal your assets, particularly Coinbase. Didn't give out any coin cash when that occurred. People's songbirds had not yet been paid out. I am aware that Fred Russapulli is still being sued by them over that. Just be mindful of that. For example, you're vulnerable to whatever they want to do if you don't have it in your wallet separately from an exchange. Additionally, you are essentially the small fish as well. For example, they will settle with you even if you pursued a class action case with other parties. The asset will not be given to you. Anyway, I would strongly advise moving your valuables out of exchanges and into a wallet, not to frighten anyone. I believe Zaman, if you don't want to pay for anything, such as if you don't have the money for any reason, is a fantastic chance for XRP. I believe Win has produced a good offering there, but decent is clearly my preference. The biometric is in my opinion the greatest option. It has a 25th seed phrase and the widest range of assets you can own. However, since you are a creditor to the exchange and the XRP that is listed there is not yours until you remove it, I would absolutely remove my assets from the exchange. In fact, he also brought up Decent. The amusing part is that Misi and Decent are the only affiliates I have on this entire channel. Why did I choose Decent then? To be honest, I adore the variety of assets that may be stored on a Decent wallet. But here's the thing. The variety is amazing. On this one, he is exactly right. Like 100% right. I hate to tell you this, but if you're holding on to your XRP on an exchange, it's no longer truly yours. To be honest, you have no idea what goes on behind the scenes during these conversations. Consider it this way. Your assets are going down with that ship. If an exchange just crashes and burns out of the blue, you've lost all of your cryptocurrency. Take a peek at the entire FTX catastrophe. It took ages to clean up the mess. Therefore, obtain this before anyone has received their rewards. Now imagine this situation. What if you bought some XRP when it was trading at a respectable $3? As an example, let's say that exchange completely crashes and burns, bringing your XRP down with it. However, there comes a plot twist where they enter the courtroom, and all of a sudden the conversation must make amends with everyone. The worst part though is that XRP's price has already fallen below $3. Are you curious about how much they are truly paying you for that XRP? My buddies, rock bottom prices. Well, the truth is that we have all done it. We've read those terms and conditions and clicked agree without even reading them. But here's the terrifying part. If that exchange goes awry, you may have just given up your claim to your own XRP. Don't panic just yet. Let's be honest here. I'm not claiming that everyone did this. The majority of us signed documents we don't understand, which is precisely why I never keep my cryptocurrency on exchanges. Consider it this way. You wouldn't purchase food only to keep them at the store, would you? Your crypto follows the same reasoning. Here are some startling statistics from the National Cryptocurrency Association. Don't let it sit on those exchanges. According to 55% of Americans without cryptocurrency, learning about it is completely daunting. Even more absurd, 70% of respondents state that they urgently require more reliable information before they will even entertain the idea of diving in. I take it that the school season has returned. And here's something really crucial. Whenever we discuss financial literacy, we must also bring up cryptocurrency. What then should individuals understand about cryptocurrency? First, in my opinion, to be honest, patience. Serious patience as soon as you enter this area. The real talk comes next. This is most definitely not a scam to make quick money. Alright, if you purchase an asset today, you may have to wait a long period of time before it even considers making an appearance. Here's the golden rule. You see, let's be honest here, but never sell the dip. You know before they will even dabble. Most people need to see every last detail laid out. I immediately went into full YOLO mode when I first became interested